everyone? Gilman with Wealthy back with our daily Apple update video, and man, what a great day it is for Apple. Hope you're all having a great start to your week. If you're invested in Apple, you probably are, right? Great day for Apple. So we'll take a look at kind of how Apple traded today, some key things to look for to kind of see what the rest of the week could look like for Apple. So real quick, if you enjoy these, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. I try to do these videos daily, and comment down below if you are in Apple or if you were able to take advantage of the rally that we had today in Apple. So wasting no time getting right into it, let me get rid of my indicators here, and we can take a look at the one-day chart. So what we see is, we kind of gapped up, decently gapped up, right? So you remember me making my video on Friday, and at that point we were in the 117s, and I said, hey, 117.78 is the high that we have to knock out. And then we hit that in after hours. In my video yesterday, I mentioned, we kind of hit that, but then we gapped up and we opened today, kind of down up here in the high 119s, right? And then we moved, we had a little dip, but then we moved up, never looked back until basically 125. Didn't even come back to the VWAP, right? It was high, come back down a little more high, setting higher highs and higher lows throughout the day until this 125 point where we kind of, took a little breather, came back down, and then rallied into the close again. Overall, great day for Apple, right? Up $7.45 and 6.37%. And as we could see after hours, it's, trading up again. That could go up or down. Comparing it to the indexes, right? So NASDAQ was up 2.5%, Dow was up about 248 points, which is a little less than 1%, and then S&P was up 1.59%. Now, Apple clearly outperformed, all of these, and then the other stock that I was kind of studying today was Amazon, which was up $156 a share, which is almost 5%, and then that's on top of the monster day it had on Friday, where it went from the 3200s all the way up to 3281. So they had a pretty good day that day as well. So yeah, Apple and Amazon both have great days, which is, not necessarily surprising, right? Because Amazon has their Prime Day this week, tomorrow and Wednesday, I believe, and then Apple has the iPhone announcement tomorrow. So a lot of hype going into the stock. Now, what happens next, right? So taking a look at some of our indicators, if I were to look at the daily chart, well, so first things first, right? We clearly followed this uptrend. So we were making lower highs, lower lows. Then we started making higher highs, higher lows. Then we had this 4 or 5 days of sort of consolidating where we were trading between the 113s and the 116s, in between those two ranges. And then, wow, today, look at that candle, right? We ended the day right here. We gapped up, and then we just moved upward from there. Great day for Apple overall. Like I said, clearly following this upward trend. Now, the one thing that sort of scares me, actually, let's take a look at the indicators first. So the 50-day moving average is at 116. So we're at 124, that's at 116, which is all the way down there. And then the 20 and the 200 are even further. And then the EMAs, the 8 EMA comes in at 117, the 21 at 115, and E34 at 114. So those three are also key levels of support that I like to look at. But the point that I'm trying to make is we are very, very separated, far separated from those lines, from the support lines, whether that be the moving average or the exponential moving average lines. Not to necessarily say that this means we're going to go down to those, right? But that's something I like to keep in mind after a monster day like this, right? I mean, Apple is up 6.5% basically, right? At some points it was. There are stocks that don't move 6.5% in a year, right? There are indexes that, shoot for 8 to 10% in a year. For Apple, a company like Apple, and again, over $2 trillion, $2.13 trillion company, to move up more than 6% in a day is huge, right? Compared to some of the small caps where that type of number, that type of movement is normal because you're taking on an immense amount of risk, right? A company like Apple doesn't necessarily offer that same risk, but you're getting a great reward. So the reason I say that is for you guys to sort of understand that, there could be some profit taking. Now, I am long on Apple. I do want it to go up. I hold some, options as well, right? Including a trade I took on today. And I hope that it continues this route. just something to keep in mind, right? If we've gone up this much in just a day, what potentially could happen as we sort of, approach tomorrow, right? The event is tomorrow. A lot of people know it's the 5G iPhone event. There is going to be a lot of hype into the stock with, Amazon and Apple having their Prime Day and their iPhone release respectively. But what happens after that, right? There could be some profit taking. So we could get to the event, continue upward, maybe gap up, move sideways or upward, and then the event can happen and we could see some profit taking. We could get some, again, bad news with the stimulus package not passing, right? And then that could be a gap down, and it doesn't matter that the event is tomorrow for Apple, right? If the whole market is down, then we could see some down day as well. So that's the one thing that I want to sort of warn you guys about is fear of missing out, right? FOMO kicks in on a huge day like today and you want to be in on the action, but we've moved up so much already, right, that the question becomes, what really is the next move for Apple? Now, I kind of want to take a look at some of the sort of resistance levels that we could on the daily chart. So taking a look here, right, what we see is so this level, the last time we were in the 120s was back on the 3rd of September, right? We've been sort of on a downward trend, now continuing upward. But if we were to take a look at this here, this is where the overall highs and lows of the day will be. So today's low was 119.28 and the high was 125.18, which is sort of the level that we bounced off of. Taking a look back at this day, right? Take a look at, so this candle, high 125.18, this candle, the high is also 125.18, right? So is it a coincidence that we bounce off of the same level? Probably not, right? That level was sort of a resistance point today, the 125.18. Now, as we could see, if we take a look at this candle, right, what happens next is the next day here we open at 124.17 and close at 124.83. The next day we gap up just a little bit, well, not just a little bit, I guess more than $1, 126.18, and then we close in the 126.52, and then we saw a gap up again, and we saw opening of 127 and a close of 125. Now, the reason I point these out is to kind of show you guys that, hey, this has happened before, not to say that this same thing will happen again, because we do have a catalyst event tomorrow, but we could see it either gap up a little, not really move throughout the course of the day, and then at that point we could see it sell off. We could see it continue like gap up and then move a little bit upward. And then, we could see some profit taking, right? That's sort of what I want to warn you guys is, don't just jump in thinking, oh, Apple's just going to go up, unless that's what you think. If you think Apple's going to go up and you're confident on that, feel free to jump in. But me personally, right, I'm looking at, okay, what happened last time we were here? We kind of gapped up, move a little bit. Now we do have a catalyst, but we also have the potential negative news coming from the stimulus. So there's all that to kind of keep in mind. And then moving up this much, right? If someone had bought in on Friday, they're up upwards of 6% already. So maybe they want to, cash in on some of those profits, cash in on those gains. Totally understandable, right? So we could see a little bit of selling off, but keep watching these candles from August 24th, August 25th on seeing what we can happen next. I'm really excited to see kind of how the day tomorrow starts. If we gap up tomorrow and we start moving up, maybe we're continuing upward. If we either open flat, gap down, that could be a different story. If we open up sort of flat, move up a little bit right up until the event, then maybe we see a sell-off, or maybe we're just closing the day sideways like we did back in August 25th or 26th, excuse me, and that could be it too. So be careful. Don't just jump all in unless, again, you want to and you're able to take that risk on. But yeah, I hope you guys are all staying green, trading safe, and staying profitable. Today was a great day. Let's hope the rest of the week is kind of like that. Hopefully we don't get caught up in any crazy amount of selling pressure or some bad news with the stimulus, but that's something to always keep in the back of your mind as well. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for the daily Apple update video tomorrow.